So you've got your first pull-up, you've nailed your first bodyweight dip, but now those beginner calisthenics exercises are starting to feel a little bit too easy. Well, my friend, it's time to break into the world of intermediate calisthenics. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down for you the top 5 intermediate calisthenics exercises, which are perfect for building muscle and starting to bridge that gap from the beginner stage to more advanced calisthenics skills such as the muscle up, front lever, and handstand push-up. Here's the deal. These exercises are chosen because they're some of the best for helping you develop strength, build muscle, and advance to more calisthenic skills. But, and this is important, the exercise needs to be suited to your body. So one intermediate exercise might feel super easy for someone and incredibly challenging for another. For example, someone with shorter or lighter legs might find the tuck lever to be surprisingly easy, while someone with more muscular or bottom-heavy legs might find it to be a real grind to get there. This is why it's incredibly important that you don't compare the following exercises with other people. Just compare how the exercises feel with your previous self in training. Now, let's break into the 5 exercises that are going to help you continue to push your limits in intermediate calisthenics training. Exercise number 1 is going to be the tuck lever and the advanced tuck lever. If you're serious about developing body control and building towards more advanced static holds like the front lever, tuck lever is going to be an amazing progression for you. Tuck levers will teach you how to engage your entire body in a horizontal hold, laying the groundwork for front lever progressions. The tuck lever primarily works the lats, upper back muscles, core, and glutes for a little bit of posterior chain tension. Start by hanging from a bar with your hands about shoulder width apart, arms nice and straight. Pull your knees up to your chest. Tuck your pelvis under and pull your body horizontally by engaging your lats and your core. Your back should be parallel to the ground here with your knees tucked and your arms straight. Hold as long as you can in order to maximize strength gains. You're also going to want to focus on scapular depression, which is when you pull your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. And this is going to help set you up for success when you're training for the front lever with harder progressions. Try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders here. And if you're working towards that advanced tuck progression, you're going to want to shift your knees away from your chest so that your knees are starting to come over your hips. Now remember, tortoise wins the race here, so try not to let your ego rush you into more advanced progressions if you're not ready. If you can't hold the tuck for at least 20 plus seconds, then just stick with it and stick with the tuck and the advanced tuck until you can get there. Believe me, of the 5 intermediate calisthenics exercises we're going through today, the tuck lever has been the hardest for me personally. So we've been on this train for a while, but this is how you make progress. You just stick with it. Moving on to intermediate exercise number 2, this is going to be your toes to bar. It's well known that core strength is essential in nearly all calisthenics exercises. And if you're looking for that six-pack abs look, you're going to be looking to train your rectus abdominis muscle, which is the outer muscle in your core. And for that reason, toes to bar is an amazing exercise to train both core function and definition. Toes to bars will directly help with progressions towards exercises such as front levers, muscle ups, and even bar freestyle, since it doesn't only train your core, but also your lats, forearms, and grip strength. You're going to want to start hanging from a pull-up bar with your hands about shoulder width apart. Engage your lats and brace your core here. It's easy to think to just engage your core like you do with leg raises or hanging knee raises, but with toes to bars, it's important that you engage your lats in order to get your feet all the way up to the top of the bar. Keep your legs straight here or slightly bent for beginners and lift your toes up to touch the bar. Make sure to lower with control to avoid swinging. This is going to keep core tension the entire time so you're properly training your core. If the full toes to bar is too challenging right now, start with knees to elbows as a different progression that will teach you how to engage your lats and core at the same time. Shifting away from upper body exercises, we're moving to the legs for our next intermediate calisthenics exercise, and it is the legendary unilateral strength movement. It's our pistol squat. Pistol squats train not only single leg strength, targeting the quads, glutes, hamstrings, and calves, but also your ankle mobility and your balance here. They're a great progression too for the infamous dragon squat, which I recently mastered. I just made a video, so I'll link that below. For the pistol squat, you're going to want to start by standing tall and extending one leg in front of you. Keep your arms out for balance, either at your sides or to the front, and slowly lower yourself down on the standing leg. Keep your chest upright and your heel grounded, and once you reach the bottom, or as low as you can, press back through that heel, really press into the floor to return to standing. Make sure the foot of your extended leg doesn't touch the ground at any time here. If it does, you just need to work on hip strengthening for your hip flexors so that you can properly hold that leg off the ground. I'd recommend that you start with at least 5 reps, so use a progression that allows you to do that, whether it's bar-assisted pistol squat or bench toe taps. Start with at least 5 pistol squats per leg, and over the time, as you get stronger, slowly increase this to 6 and 7 and so on. And if you're struggling to keep your foot flat on the floor, you can work on ankle mobility or elevate your back heel to continue to train for the pistol squat strength-wise until you develop that ankle mobility. But let me know in the comments if you want a complete pistol squat tutorial. Moving on to intermediate calisthenics calisthenics exercise number 4, let's talk about the best vertical pulling movement in my opinion, and that is going to be the one, the only, the pull-up. If you thought you were done after you got your first pull-up and achieved that milestone, I hate to burst your bubble, but we're still training it. And your first 5 pull-ups are really just going to be the beginning of training pull-ups in your calisthenics journey. Calisthenics is all about building on the fundamentals and continuing to get stronger and make what once looked like skills just look easy, look seamless. So that's what we're going to be doing with the pull-up here. Pull-ups work the lats, the biceps, the rear delts, traps, and the core. And all those muscles form the base for exercises like muscle-ups, front lever, and more advanced pull-up progressions like the explosive, wide grip, and archer pull-ups. Without solid pull-up strength, these advanced moves are pretty much impossible. Just a quick refresher on your pull-up form here, you're going to want to grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart. The palms of your hands should be facing away from you. If your palms are facing towards you, that's called a chin-up. Hang from the bar so that your arms are fully extended. Then squeeze your shoulder blades together as you pull your chest up towards the bar. Aim to bring your chin over the bar, then lower yourself back down with control. Remember to lower yourself all the way down to the bottom. No half reps here. And a little tip, the more you engage your core, the easier it'll be to keep from swinging. And if 5 bodyweight pull-ups is a bit too hard with where you're starting, work with a resistance band so that you can do between 8 to 12 to continue to build up muscle so that you can get to those 5 bodyweight pull-ups, and then you can slowly add on 1 rep every week to continue to progress in your pull-up. On the flip side, if 3 sets of 8 bodyweight pull-ups is just too easy, you're flying, you're cruising, then start to make it more challenging by using a weight belt to add on weight, or do harder pull-up progressions such as explosive pull-ups, chest to bar, or wide grip pull-ups. And now that we've talked about the ultimate pulling movement, let's talk about the 5th intermediate calisthenics exercise we'll be chatting about today, which is going to be the dip. Dips are incredible for building pushing strength and are direct progressions towards the ring dips, straight bar dips, and muscle up transitions, all of which are going to help you in your muscle up. In the bodyweight dip, you're training your triceps, chest, front deltoids, core, and scapula stabilizing muscles. In the bodyweight dip, you're going to hold yourself up with straight arms on parallel bars or dip bars. Your hands should be beneath your shoulders. As you lower your body by bending at your elbows, you're going to keep your elbows nice and close to your body. Keep your chest up as you lower, and this is going to prevent your upper back from hunching over and is going to help your form. Stop when your shoulders are just below your elbows or are at least parallel with your elbows. Instead of letting your elbows flare out to your sides, try to keep your elbows angled backwards or at about a 45-degree angle. And this is going to ensure that you're targeting your triceps and your chest. A great progression to bodyweight dips is dip negatives, where you lower yourself as slowly as possible to the floor before resetting. Or you can use a resistance band to assist with your dip. Once again, if 3 sets of 12 bodyweight dips is just too easy, go ahead and add a weight using a weight belt or try out a different dip progression such as using rings or a straight bar, and these are going to be really helpful in getting to your muscle up eventually. Now you may have noticed that a lot of these intermediate calisthenics exercises are just the beginner skills that you recently have mastered. And the truth is, when you're training calisthenics, to progress, you essentially just need to master the bodyweight skills so that they look effortless. Calisthenics skills all build on the fundamentals, so what used to feel really challenging, that first pull-up or even that first bodyweight dip, now you're going to be repping them out, and that's going to be your training for future calisthenics exercises, such as that muscle up or that explosive pull-up or even the handstand push-up. With that being said, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.